today, Jesse. I hope you look over Chapter 15 for your assigned reading. Sure did, Coach Summers. Pretty interesting stuff. What were some of things you found interesting about it, Jesse? Well, for starters, it didn't matter if you were rich or poor, a banker or a farmer, you were affected by the crash in one way or another. Well, what effects did it have on, let's say, the farmers and families in the bigger cities such as New York? Well, farmers suffered low crop prices, which cut their income, which led to them not being able to pay their mortgages and in many cases the loss of their farms. In bigger cities, because people were losing their jobs, families moved in together in small apartments or houses. Speaking of families, what did the crash do to them? Men who lost their jobs or investments in many cases felt like failures because they couldn't provide for their families. Women worried about not being able to feed their families, and in some cases young people often left their homes either out of necessity or the desire to seek a better life. Can you imagine leaving your home at 16 and riding the rails looking for a better life? Me, Coach? Heck no. I have a hard enough time handling my homework on time. Believe me, Jesse, I know. What does the phrase Black Tuesday mean to you? Oh, I know this one. Black Tuesday was the day the stock market began to crash and the beginning of the Great Depression. Good, very good. In your opinion, what were some of the circumstances that lead to this event? Well, risky loans by the bank is probably one of the biggest. What did unemployment have to do with it? Come on, I know you know this. Well, if banks gave out loans to people who had a job then lost it, they would be unable to repay the banks, which would cause the banks to not have any money and fail. If they failed, then people who had jobs then wouldn't have any more money to live. Good. You have a good grasp of what you have read. Now, if the U.S. is struggling, then the rest of the world is fine, right? Well, I'm not sure. Take a guess. Give it a try. Well, other countries depended on the U.S. for investments and goods. If the United States didn't have any money, then they wouldn't invest with other cow tires. If the United States needed to feed its own people, then they wouldn't give out as much food because we were hungry. In a roundabout way, alright, Jesse? We'll dive more into that in class today.